There we go. Yeah, but those are big numbers. Well, I mean, there's lots of digits in the numbers, but it's doable, right? Especially, what do you know, with a calculator. I'll do this one with without a calculator, but pretty much after this, I'm gonna be using a calculator. This one, by the way, is a one-stepper, because that coefficient of x right now, it's already a phantom one. And that's what I want, so I'm gonna bring this down, because that's what I want. I just wanna get rid of, and that means zero out, that 29 and 478 thousandths. Yeah, that's the technical word for it, or 29.478, whatever you want, okay? So how do I get rid of it? It's positive right now, so just subtract it from itself, 29.478. So subtract over here, 29.478. I didn't line those place values up very well, but that still works. And some of you guys are like, well, how are you gonna do that? Well, I know it's gonna be negative, first of all, for those of you that take like 900, 950. That's the first thing I do. I'm taking away more than I have, right? So that's gonna change that into, I know I'm gonna have a negative value. Now, I'm just gonna take the bigger of the two values, 29.478, and then subtract my 12.84. Like, if you're not screaming for a calculator right now, I worry about your mental health. But in any case, 8, I gotta start with the place value farthest to the right, 8 minus 0, 8. 7 minus 4, now that's a hundredth, 3. Now the tenths, I'll have to borrow one from the 9 to make that 8. So 14 minus 8, that should be 6. And then in the ones place value, 8 minus 2 is 6. And then 2 minus 1 in the tens, 1. So it looks like I end up with negative 16.638, or negative 16 and 638 thousandths. I don't really need that phantom 1 there, or that 1 there, so I'll make it a phantom 1. It's a great question. So let's say that on this one it said, hey, round to the nearest hundredths, or 2 decimal places, right? So that's a 3. And for those of you, like, if you're not familiar with rounding, just go to YouTube and type in rounding song. And you can find it with rap music, I think country music, and then Elmo. So that's not an insult, it's just out there, okay? So you can find it out there. It's like, I don't even remember. So here's what I'm gonna do. For me, I underline the place value I'm looking to round to. I go to the place value immediately to the right, it's 8. If it's 5 or more, then I add 1 to the place value that I'm rounding to. So that's 8, which is 5 or more. So I add 1 to the 3, and so I'd end up with a 4 in that hundredths place value. So this ends up just being negative 16.64. If it were less than 5, I would have just kept the 3 the same. Everything else to the right becomes zeros. So I don't really need to show this as 0.640, of course, but it's just 0.64 at that point. That is only if it wanted us to round, okay?